Our first guest is Darrell Steinberg, Mayor of Sacramento. Welcome to the show, Mayor Steinberg.
Thank you for having me, Aubrey. Good to be with you.
So a lot of developments in the past day, still things developing today. Yesterday, Governor Newsom made some modifications to the requirements for counties to reopen. So today, the Sacramento County Board is meeting to discuss moving into stage 2. What are you expecting will happen today, and what will phase 2 mean for Sacramento?
Well, the governor changed one of the criteria that prevented Sacramento County from moving forward, because up until yesterday, the criteria said that any county could not have had a death in the last 2 weeks. And of course, Sacramento has done really, really well. But we couldn't meet that threshold. And of course, any loss of life is terrible. But Sacramento's done well. Governor yesterday said we're going to remove that criteria. Sacramento meets the rest of the criteria. We have the capacity to deal with a hospital surge. We have enough testing, as we've opened now 3 new community clinics throughout the city. Our rate of infection is still within the threshold. And so now the county has the opportunity to go to the next phase, which means we can open restaurants. We can open some office buildings. But we can only do so with the right and very frankly strict protocols that ensure that as we do open, that we do so in a way that is safe. So the county will act today. I presume that they are going to attest, as they say, under the law, that we meet the requirements. And then it'll be a matter of continuing to work with all of the industries to put out the protocols and say, all right, we're going to open, but we're going to open in a careful and cautious way so that our reopening does not lead to more people getting sick.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that are very anxious, but as you said, there's a very safe way we need to do this as people anticipate things opening. You mentioned testing. Now, since the beginning, there has been talk about the need for more testing, and actually you, I hear, got tested a few days ago. What did you get from the test, and what was that experience like?
Well, I did. I helped open the testing site at the St. Paul's Church in Oak Park, and it was a very easy experience. I mean, it took about 30 seconds. They put that little swab up your nose. It tickled for a second, and then it was done. And, you know, I did it just to show people that it's not a big deal. I haven't gotten my results yet, but we're encouraging people throughout the community to make an appointment. You don't have to be symptomatic. Go get yourself tested for your own well-being and for those around you. Now, you know, the truth is there is not enough testing nationally or statewide to be able to reopen in a way that would lead to more certainty. So with the limited testing that we have, we open these community clinics that are accessible, but we're also testing the homeless population. We're also testing the people living in congregate facilities, because those are people and populations most at risk. And so it's that combination of increased testing, being able to do this contact tracing where the county is working with the community to help hire a couple hundred people to do this contact tracing, that enables us to, with some confidence but caution, to be able to say, okay, let's return people back to work here, and let's let small businesses have a chance. Because I've said many times in the last couple of weeks, if it is a choice between maintaining the strictest of public health regimens and our inconvenience, I always choose the public health. But it's about more than that now. It's about the real pain and suffering of people not working and small businesses shutting down and dreams dashed and lives being destroyed. There's a public health aspect to shutting down the economy as well. So what the governor is doing and what we're doing at the county and the city is trying to find that imperfect balance to actually engage in what sounds funny, but is like a series of controlled experiments to say, all right, let's open and let's check very carefully to make sure we're doing it right. And we have to do it right. Masks in public settings, physical distancing, frequent hand washing, all that really matters, because the better we do, the more we'll be able to move forward with the reopening and not have to go back.
Well, that is definitely good news that there's more testing available, and that I understand it. You guys have to work hand in hand so that we can reopen safely and hopefully benefit everybody and get everybody where they want to be. Now, shifting gears, Great Plates Delivered, that's launched. How has that been received by the community?
Well, it has been really unbelievably uplifting. This is the program that we actually helped start in Sacramento, and then a few other communities did as well, and it became such a hit that the federal government and the state government decided to make it a statewide program. And what we've done is we've engaged with 30 or so restaurants, struggling restaurants. We've enabled them to bring back a lot of their workforce. They're making their food. Instead of serving it to their customers, they're packaging it. We are then recruiting volunteers, working with Paratransit, who is our transportation services agency for people with special needs, and their caseload, if you will, is down, so they're available. They're transporting the meals to seniors who are vulnerable and who don't have much contact with the public. And we got up to, I believe, 750 seniors over the past couple of days, and we intend to grow it. It's reimbursed by the federal government at 75%, states doing 19%, the city's kicking in 6%, and it's a tremendous investment because not only are we keeping a number of the restaurants going, we're feeding seniors. And what we found is it's not just the delivery of the food to the seniors. It's actually a well-being check. It's the conversation with people who maybe have not had conversations with a live human being in a long time. Of course, we maintain our distance, but I went out on Saturday, and it was so much fun just to be able to talk and to listen, because a lot of the seniors, they had a lot to say, and just the smiles and the connection is worth everything. And Sacramento, by the way, is doing this all over the place. It's not just this program. There are so many examples of people helping people in every regard, and we have to keep that going, because even though we're returning to work, I think we're just at the beginning, if you will, of the recovery. There's still going to be some tough times ahead, and that giving spirit, that generosity, that kindness is really the Sacramento way, and we just have to keep doing it. As hard as it may be, we're all inconvenienced. Nobody likes this. This is taking us away from what we are used to and what we enjoy, but we can find joy in helping others and in making those human connections.
Yeah, I think that kindness and positivity that you mentioned are much needed amidst everything that we're going through. You mentioned they're still accepting volunteers and looking for volunteers. What about seniors? Can they still sign up? And how do they know if they're eligible?
They can. Just call 311 and we will determine if you're eligible. There are some criteria, but they're relatively easy to meet, and we'll make sure that seniors get signed up, of course. Nobody should go hungry, and nobody should be alone without any human contact in Sacramento. And so we don't have all of the answers, but we're going to continue pushing these kinds of connections and this kind of creativity to make sure that we're helping more people than not.
Mayor Darrell Steinberg, I want to thank you for joining us today. I'm sure you have a busy day ahead, but we appreciate the updates, and you take care and stay safe.
You too, Aubrey. Thank you so much.
This interview involves commercial content. The products and services featured appear as paid advertising.